Do you know that finding the balance, the right balance between femininity and independence will lead you to a happier, more fulfilling life? We are going to dig into that today. Welcome, everybody, back to the channel. I'm Dr. Nicole, your femininity and boundaries queen. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that notifications bell ding so that you don't miss any videos. All right, today we're going to explore a topic that is so close to my heart, and it is really about finding that balance. I know so many women struggle with societal expectations on both extremes, either feeling like, am I too feminine? Am I too soft? Or wondering if they're too independent, too hard, so to speak. And for a lot of Black women, there's a lot of uh, conditioning, that unconscious conditioning, that has made them feel like it is not okay to embrace their femininity. So I really want to explore this, the importance of embracing both sides, and how you can find that balance. Okay. So, one of the key secrets is to uncover the power of interdependence. That's right. Let's talk about it. But first, let's talk about all of these misconceptions about femininity. See, for too long, especially like in our modern era, femininity has been presented to women or painted as a weakness, as something that it's like it's not to be desired, even though it's a core part of our essence and who we are. So, a lot of that has to do with the idea that if you want to be a woman who achieves something or goes anywhere in life, you have to be strong all the time. You cannot be feminine. You cannot show any weaknesses or any vulnerabilities. And nothing could be farther from the truth. The secret to finding balance is really embracing your femininity, but really understanding the power of interdependence. Interdependence. That is where you recognize how connected we all are. See, a lot of us have been taught that being strong means you don't ask for help, you do it all on your own, you don't need anybody. That's the test, or that's the sign of a strong woman, and nothing could be farther from the truth. See, the real secret is knowing the power in asking for help, leaning on others, and also giving help when help is needed. And that's the opposite of the rugged individualism that is so rampant in our society now. See, everybody thinks that a lot of what's promoted, especially on social media, is me, me, me. I'm independent. I can do it on my own. I did it on my own. I don't need anyone else. And so much of that is counter to our femininity and our feminine nature, which is to connect, which is to want to receive as well as to nurture and to give. So that interdependence really highlights those three things: being okay or knowing when to ask for help, knowing when to lean on others, and knowing when to give help, right? And so that should show you right there that vulnerability is a positive thing, because how would you know? How would you be able to ask for help if you couldn't be vulnerable? How would you know to give help if you couldn't recognize the vulnerability in others? Being independent does not mean that you do everything on your own. And having parts of you that are independent, there's nothing wrong with that, right? That's part of what helps us to have our individuality. It helps us to get things done. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But if you are hyper independent, hyper self reliant, then you're missing out on a key part of what gives you your softness and that sweetness, which is the ability to connect with others, the ability to receive from others, and the ability to also show your nurturing nature. See, the sweetness in life is in that connection, that interpersonal connection. And interdependence allows you to both hold on to the parts of you that are unique and that make you who you are, where you have that sense of yourself and that independence, but also knowing that no one does it on their own. And there's so much beauty in connecting and being vulnerable and allowing people to see you in less than a quote perfect life, right? Because perfection does not exist. And when we try to be perfect, it only actually does the opposite. It hardens us, it makes us more fragile, it makes us more weak because we are afraid to show what's beneath the perfect, facade that we're putting out, and we're afraid to ask for help. You see, the real magic in your relationships and in the rest of your life happens when you allow yourself to be open, when you open your heart to others, when you open your mind to new possibilities. And it's that softness, that empathy, that willingness to embrace your feminine essence and your femininity that will actually make you stronger, right? That's the paradox that people don't understand. The more you allow yourself to be vulnerable, the stronger you actually become. Because then you're no longer spending so much energy trying to do it on your own. You're no longer spending so much time trying to show how perfect you are. You are actually allowing other people to come into your world, and you're allowing yourself into other people's worlds, right? And when you embrace that interdependence, you know what else gets stronger? Your intuition. Your intuition is your gut. It's the inner knowing that you have that communicates with you. And so many women, when we cut ourselves off from our intuition, we make bad decisions. We end up having to backtrack and try to clean up the mess that has been caused because we simply did not listen to ourselves. Maybe what our inner intuition was telling us went against this strong image or this perfect facade we were trying to portray. And so we ignored it. But the real strength comes in allowing yourself to listen to your intuition, allowing yourself to be vulnerable enough to ask for help and to receive help, and allowing yourself to be open enough to give help to others, right? And that is how, when you master that interdependence, that is how you balance out your femininity and your independence. Yes, ladies, we are in a modern era. There is nothing wrong with being your own person, having your own personality, having your own ambitions and dreams. But please do not mistake independence for meaning that you disconnect from your femininity, that you do it all on your own, that you don't need anybody, because the true strength of a woman is in her ability to be interdependent and to have balance. That is our superpower, ladies. When we bring balance to the table or to a situation or to a relationship, it only enhances it. And we can only bring balance when we allow ourselves to really connect to that softer side and to be able to ask for help. You've heard me say that over and over, right? And especially in a relationship. And I'm going to get into that in the next video. The more we can allow our partner to give to us, the more we can ask for help, the more we don't have to have this persona that we can do it all and we're okay and nothing hurts us or matters to us. We've got to get rid of that because that is a block to truly connecting and having real emotional intimacy with the people in our lives. Okay. So you tell me what you think in the comments, right? Tell me what has been your experience balancing out your femininity and that independent part of yourself, right? Are you able to make sure that you're approachable, so that you're not cutting yourself off from others? And most importantly, are you tapping into your intuition and allowing yourself to just be in your stillness and listen to your inner voice? All right. Let me know in the comments. And of course, if this has been helpful to you, don't forget to share this video. And once again, subscribe, hit the notifications bell, and I will see you next time.